When I had been working with Steve Jobs, he had been kicked out of Apple because he was too much of a perfectionist. But finally, they had to bring him back in the late 1990s. And instead of doing an ad about the wonders of Apple computers, which were kind of a mess back then, he did a branding ad. And it was exactly what I mentioned, which is the need to think different. And he used Einstein as his first example. I remember, gosh, I guess it was 2011, 2012, when Steve was dying, and I was in his backyard. And I asked him about things, and he said he started reciting this ad because he had written the ad copy. Some of you may remember the ad. It was, "Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs and the square holes." And it goes on to say, because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. As he was doing it, I saw a tear coming down, and I thought maybe he'd gotten, it was, something in his eye. We were in the backyard. And he said, "No, I always get emotional about this because the key to creativity is to know what's in the box, to know all of the data, but then to visualize it and then be able to make a leap of the imagination." That's when it's dawned on me that as editor of Time and running CNN, I had met a lot of smart people in this world. But then I realized smart people are a dime a dozen. They don't usually amount to all that much. It's creative people, people who think out of the box and can visualize and be imaginative. Those are the ones that actually cause innovation and creativity. And as much as I respect Bill Gates, I think, is actually smarter in many ways than Steve Jobs was. Definitely smarter. More analytic processing power. His mind works, brilliantly on data. However, Steve was more imaginative, more creative, understood that beauty mattered. In the end, it's Steve Jobs makes the iPod, that beautiful, wonderful, curved gadget. And Bill Gates makes the Zune. There's some of you who may remember what the Zune was. It was Microsoft's attempt to do a music player. It looked like it had been made in Uzbekistan in a basement by blind people. But it's that was intuitive sense of beauty and patterns in nature and pure curiosity that set Steve Jobs apart from the merely brilliant people into being a creative person.